Uh, Hello again. It's been a while since I've been back in Full Metal. I think last time I was here, I was tiny dumbeller and losing to Kirk Kowalski. Not a fun time, but we're back. Blockbuster Video is still in business, and I get a chance now at this new tournament to see what's going to happen. And first up, I guess I have to play Mr. Sander Robinson, who pretty good, pretty good. And I'm good too. So it's gonna be a fun one. Sorry to have to go through you guy, but that's the deal with death. So let's do it.
Hello there. This is not the usual place for me. I'm usually behind the camera doing this, but you know what? It's round number 1, and I got Nazario Montenegro, friend of mine, faction mate in another league. But like he said in his promotion, in order to get to round 2, one of us has to lose. I don't want to lose, but one of us has to. So I'm going to play the best match that I possibly can. And we'll see where the chips fall at the end of the night, but this is going to be great. I'm going to have some fun. Good luck, Nazario. Let's rock and roll.
Welcome, Metalheads. It is tournament time here. My name is Sean, the Crusader Wasp Crew. My co-host is Amaru. Everyone knows Amaru. He's such a pretty face. Amaru, we're here. Yes, we are here because it is the first round of the tournament. So far, some great matches. Some dominated performances by some, and some going down to the last question. It's been a very, very exciting tournament so far. How have you liked the tournament so far, Amaru?
I've enjoyed it. Definitely some surprises here and there. I'm looking forward to this one though. This one, even with the seedings they have, it seems like it could go either way depending on the questions that are being asked. I just know it's going to be a fun one. How about you?
Yeah, these two guys, I know them both more for their tag team sides. I've gone against one of them. I was supposed to go against another, but things happen in Trivia League, so I haven't got to really play him in a straight up match. But these two guys are very charismatic. They're very fun to be around. They're always fun. One of them is always usually the host, and the other one really, really likes retro videos. But it's going to be a very interesting match nonetheless, and I can't wait to get into it. So let's go ahead and jump on in, and let's see where things lie and who will face Corey Quinto in the second round. So coming in first, the number 14 seed with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses, Mr. VHS Nazario Montenegro.
Come on, Ghostbuster questions.
It's always Ghostbusters with you. And his opponent, the number 3 seed with a record of 4 wins, 2 losses, Sandy, the Sandman Robinson.
I am also hoping for Ghostbuster questions.
Here we go.
Well, we are officially now making this a Ghostbusters random match, everybody. Let's go ahead and get busting.
Where's
Sadly, our question head is going, I hate Ghostbusters. You guys get no Ghostbusters questions because he is the law. You just read the questions here. But yes, Amaru, do you want to go ahead and go over the round 1 rule before we get underway?
All right, let's get to it. So for round 1, gentlemen, both of you will get 8 questions from 8 different categories. As always, you'll get 15 seconds to write your answer. Once we say pens down, please put your pens down. After the time is up, we will call on each of you, and you will show and say what you wrote simultaneously. Correct answer is worth 1 point. And as always, if one of you get all 8 questions correctly, you will get that coveted bonus question. Are there any questions from either of you, gentlemen?
Can I have a 10-point lead?
It is your shot. No problem.
Just because you asked. No one ever's asked before. So sure, say it with a 10-point lead.
Yeah.
Yes, unless you guys have anything else to say, Ghostbuster related, Blockbuster video related, make sure you have your returns done within 2 days. You do not want those late fees. Let's go ahead and get round 1 underway.
Rewind.
Please rewind, exactly. Be kind.
Yes, also, please be kind and rewind. Let's go ahead and go with question number 1. Mario, take them away.
All right. Question number 1 in the category of horror thriller. Your question. Which 70s thriller features a dueling banjo scene? It's something I never want to hear in my life.
You know what? Personally, I've never seen this movie, but I know what this scene is. For anyone.
Yeah.
No,
we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, gentlemen. Pens down. And let's start off with Sandman. Then.
The only dueling banjo movie I know is Deliverance.
That is correct. And Nazario.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with it.
Come up with it. All right.
One man takes the lead on the first question. Going to number 2 in the category of biopics. What 2015 biopic has a cast that includes Jesse Plemons, Benedict Cumberbatch, Corey Stoll, and Johnny Depp?
I can't hear that man's name without thinking of the Key and Peele scene where he goes, Benedict Cumberbatch. I just have to say it that way.
I mean, it's prestigious that way. So I'm cool with it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, gentlemen.
And let's go ahead and go to Mr. VHS.
Black Mass?
And let's go to Sandy.
I'm probably wrong. I said The Imitation Game.
Sandy, that is incorrect. Mario, you got the point, and we are tied up at 1 apiece.
Nice.
Going to question 3.
All right, question 3 in the category of comedy. So, your question. In what 2000s movie did you see Chris Evans in a whipped cream swimwear?
Yes, that was the first edition of Everyone Knew That He Was Captain America because he was willing to pull off the whipped cream song. Very well, by the way.
Gives me weird thoughts, but I'm going to leave those thoughts to myself and go 5. 2, 1, pens down. Let's go back to Sandy.
Not another teen movie.
And Mr. VHS.
It is not another teen movie.
No, it is not another teen movie. Yes, you are correct. That is definitely not another teen movie. Let's head on to category number 4.
Yes, in non-U.S. films, what sport does the team on board the train play in Train to Busan?
This is another movie that I need to see. I've had multiple people tell me.
I just watched it for the first time this year. Flippin' amazing.
I really need to go ahead and see that, but we're going to go 5.
Cannot recommend it to you more.
1, pens down, pens down. You
All right,
go to Nazario?
Yep.
Rugby?
And let's go to Sandy.
Well, I'm glad that I wrote the question mark down. Rugby?
Both are incorrect. It is baseball.
Baseball. Okay.
Baseball is the answer.
Right, gentlemen. Now, we are off to category number 5, which is the category of actors and actresses. Question. Who stars in the following films? W, 2013's Old Boy, Jonah Hex.
All movies that I'm not that fond of.
No, I just can't see that. I got to go W. It's W, not W.
If I gotta pick one of those, yes, I would go W as well.
2, 1,
Repeat.
And Zario got the repeat in. Go
Right.
ahead and get that repeat.
Category of actors and actresses. Who stars in the following films? W, 2013's Old Boy, and Jonah Hex.
You know, the person that the answer is, I actually am a fan of.
Oh, yes.
Not in movies.
Oh, no. And we're going to go back to
Fantastic person.
4, 3, 2, 1.
God damn it.
Right. And he looks upset, but we're going to start off with the Sandman.
I said Josh Brolin.
And the obviously upset Mr. VHS.
It is Thanos. I forgot. I blanked.
Yes, it is Thanos, and we correct.
Really?
Josh Brolin.
He did not look confident at all with that, but he did pull it out.
Wow.
Going to question 6 in the category of drama. No, I'm not going to say what Andrew Barr says every time he says drama. But the question is, in The Farewell, the family uses what type of event as a disguise to celebrate their grandmother?
This was an airplane movie for me, only because I didn't get around to see it, but I'm very happy I did get to see it.
I did get to see it. It definitely made me appreciate Aquafina more than what I've seen her in previously.
3, 2, very underrated job. Repeat there.
Repeat. So, once again, in the category of drama, in The Farewell, the family uses what type of event as a disguise to celebrate their grandmother? Yeah, I think the grandmother actually was criminally, like, she should have gotten nominated for something.
She definitely did. Something should have got nominated because that is an absolutely great film.
My favorite part of the movie.
All right.
Let's go to Nazario
It's a wedding.
and the Sandman.
I said it's an engagement party.
All right, after checking with our backstage judge, we did come to an agreement that the correct answer is a wedding because they were engaged prior to the visit over to their grandmother. So Nazario will get the point. And let's go ahead and go on to the next question, Amaru.
All right. Question number 7, category of animation. Your question. In what Disney film will you find the character Basil of Baker Street? I am very glad I did not get this one.
Oh, to me, this is one of the easiest questions and that you could get. Criminally underrated Disney film by many.
2, 1. All right, pens down. And now we are going back to Sandy
I said Ratatouille.
and Nazario.
Is the Great Mouse Detective.
And Nazario with the point. It is the Great Mouse Detective.
All right, going to the final question of round 1. And just like always, it always is going to be a stumper as we go to plot summary. And in plot summary, name the film. A disgraced former president agrees to talk about his life and his controversial actions to a British TV personality. This was a movie that I always wanted to see, but just never got around to it.
Same here. And I must say these plot summary questions
They kill me.
sometimes be a doozy.
Yeah, because I get like 15 movies going through my head, and I can never narrow it down.
3, 2, 1, pens down.
Mr. VHS
Frost Nixon.
and Sandman.
It is Frost Nixon.
Both are correct. So right now, as the end of round 1, we're going to take a short break to make sure the scores are correct, and we'll be right back with the wheel round number 2. All right, and after going over the scores, seeing where we laid out, Amaro, what's the score after round 1?
All right, after round 1, we have Mr. VHS in the lead with 5 and Sandy the Sandman right behind him with 4.
Yes, it is still a very tight race, obviously, but we are going to the dreaded wheel round where matches are made and broken. Maru, why don't you go ahead and tell us the rules for round 2?
First and foremost, Mr. VHS, as you are in the lead, will you decide to go first or go second?
I usually go first, but this time I want to be a gentleman. So Sandy can go.
All right, with Sandy going first, he is going to either bet on red or black, and the wheel will then be spun and will land on either a category or color. If that color is spun, the competitor with the corresponding color will choose a category for themselves or for their opponent, depending on whose turn it is. If a category is spun, the competitor can choose to take it or do a respin. If they respin, they will have to be stuck with whatever category the wheel lands on next. From there, each competitor will receive 4 questions worth 2 points each. They have the option of multiple choice, but then the point value will reduce to 1 point. Opponents can steal if the competitors answer incorrectly, so be careful with that. Any questions, fellas?
All right, and going to the categories for round 2, we've got taglines, George Clooney, music movies, Oscars, Goin' Courtin', classics, directors, SNL alum, scores and soundtracks, family films, pre-JJ Star Trek, which is, I believe, Sandy's strength, right? All right. Muppet Movies was his Nazario strength, and then, of course, Red and Black. Sandy, since Nazario chose whether to go first or second, you get to choose which color would you like to have.
So my strength is Star Trek, and I'm losing right now, so I'm going to pick red for the red shirts.
You realize the red shirts tend to die first, right?
Yeah, well, I'm dying right now.
All right. I'm going to prime the reel real quick. Okay. And all right. And we're going to start it on red. And the spin is in. And it lands on Muppet Movies. Would you like to stay or spin again?
Yeah, I think I'm going to spin again.
I figured as much. All right, so the second spin is in. It's going to be... And it lands on Star Trek.
Star Trek, and got it.
Yes, so Sandy gets his strength. I will go ahead and take Sandy's on this one. And we'll go from here. Let me get to the questions here. Big pull by Sandy on that one. So see if this works out in his favor. I personally just had to rewatch all of these movies in 48 hours for a match to only get one question for it. Wow. So, yeah, that didn't suck.
Live long and prosper. Live long.
Yes. All right, here we go. In pre-JJ Star Trek or anything besides the Kelvin series, question 1, Sandy. How many of the pre-JJ Star Trek films had scores composed by Jerry Goldsmith?
Five, 3, 2,
repeat, please.
1. All right, that's your second repeat.
All right. How many of the pre-JJ Star Trek films had scores composed by Jerry Goldsmith?
I'm going to say 5.
For 2 points, the answer is 5. And with that, Sandy does take the lead. Going to question number 2. What race of alien is being investigated in Insurrection?
The Baku.
For another 2 points. And question number 3 for Sandy. What fictional character does Kirk quote at the end of The Undiscovered Journey?
The Undiscovered Country?
Yes, country. My bad.
At the end.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Shakespeare.
1.
That is incorrect. Nazario for a 2-point steal.
George Washington.
That is also incorrect. It was Peter Pan. He basically tells you to follow the star to Neverland. And with the final question in pre-JJ Star Trek, who directed Star Trek Generations?
David Carson.
For another 2 points, Sandy does a good second round on his strengths. Got 3 out of the 4, but luckily did not get any points stolen. So
the red shirts did well.
Yeah, they did well. They did well. They did not go down. Not without a fight. And we're going to go to Nazario now. Nazario, your first spin is in. And it's going to land on music movies. Want to stay or go?
Spinning.
Spinning on? All right. Andrew James Barr is getting very upset right now. All right, second spin is in. And you are going to be stuck with family films.
Okay.
All right, tomorrow, when you're ready, go ahead and give him family film.
All right. Nazario, your first question in the category of family films. In what family musical will you hear the song I Want It Now?
I thought I spun away from musicals.
5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, B, Anastasia, C, High School Musical 3 Senior Year, or D, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Let's go with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Or 1 point, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I was so ready to pounce on that one.
Question number 2. Jennifer Garner, Joel Edgerton, and Common are featured in what 2012 family film? Countdown of 5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Alexander and the No Good, Horrible, Very Bad Day, B, Bratz, C, Frankenweenie, or D, The Odd Life of Timothy Green.
Let's go with the Odd Life of Timothy Green.
For another point, Odd Life of Timothy Green is correct. Question number 3. What TV star appears as themselves in Big Fat Liar?
Lee Majors.
2 point steal to you, Sandy. That is incorrect.
Uh,
5, 4, 2, 1.
Mork and Mindy.
And nobody thought of the man himself, Urkel. That is Jaleel White.
I'm pretty sure Lee Majors is in that movie.
We got an official challenge for you?
Yeah, let's check that.
All right. We will be
have a
right back
challenge.
as we go to challenge this question. We are back with that challenge. Amaru, what was the decision?
So Lee Majors is in Big Fat Liar, but the question asks what TV star appears as themselves, and Lee Major plays the character of Vince. So Nazario does lose that challenge, but he does have one more question in this round, so we're going to move on to question 4. And your question, sir, is, aside from George Clooney, what Academy Award nominated director appears in Spy Kids?
Like the franchise or just the movie Spy Kids?
First film. In the first film. 5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Quentin Tarantino, B, Richard Linklater, C, George Miller, or D, Ron Howard.
How many ratings do I have left?
2 left. 3, 1.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino is incorrect. Sandy, your options again are A, Quentin Tarantino, B, Richard Linklater, C, George Miller, or D, Ron Howard.
Well, I should probably go with my first choice, so I'm going to say George Miller.
George Miller is unfortunately also incorrect. It is Richard Linklater.
That was my second choice.
All right, well, that takes us at the end of round 2. We'll be right back after we check the scores real quick to the third and final round. All right, we are back, and after round 2, the dreaded wheel round, the final or the current score is we got Sandman ahead with 10 behind Nazario 7. So going into round 3, we got the deep cuts round. I'll go ahead and go over the rules on this time, because tomorrow you did the first 2 rounds. Round 3 goes like this. There will be 1 question worth 2 points and 2 questions worth 4 points each. There is no multiple choice available, but also no stealing. A wheel will be spun to determine the movie for each question. Players will have the option to respin only 1 time in round 3, so choose wisely. If a movie has no questions remaining for a respective point value and a player lands on it, they will get a technical respin. The player behind will start answering questions first. Once that player ties or moves ahead of their opponent, the other player will get their first question. Each player will go back and forth answering their questions until a player is mathematically eliminated. And the movies for the deep cut round 3 round are Mary Poppins, Rio Bravo, It's a Wonderful Life, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, Children of Men, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, Suspiria, 2018, and The Odd Couple. Now, Nazario, since you are trailing, you will be going first. So we shall see right now where you will lie. So for your 2-point question, the spin is in.
Good luck, buddy.
And it looks like it is going to be It's a Wonderful Life. Would you like to stay or spin?
Just give me a question.
All right, then. Mauro, do you want to go ahead with that?
All right. So your 2-point question in It's a Wonderful Life. Who plays Uncle Billy?
Oh, God.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I got nothing.
And we have no answer. The answer to
Thomas
Uncle
Mitchell.
Billy is, yes, sir. It is Thomas Mitchell. So we're going back to Nazario for his first 4-point question.
All right. For your first 4-point question, Nazario, your spin is in, and it is going to land on Children of Men. Would you like to stay or spin again?
Give it to me.
Go ahead, Amaro.
All right. Let me find it real quick. All right. Your 4-point question in Children of Men. What is the name of the hospital ship that he needs to reach?
Tomorrow.
For 4 big points, Tomorrow is correct. And
Takes
that
the
puts
lead.
him in the lead, 11-10. So we're going to move it over to Sandy.
All right, Sandy, your 2-point question, your spin is in, and it looks like it's going to land on, I can't even get an image. It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
Okay.
Let's spin.
I'll stay.
We'll stay. All right, I'll take this one. Your 2-point question for It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Who plays Mrs. Marcus, Emily's mom?
Ethel Merman.
For 2 points. And the recapture of the lead.
Right. So we have a situation here. Nazario has one more 4-point question. If he hits this, he takes the lead. If not, we have our winner for this match, Sandy the Sandman Robinson. So, Nazario, you still have your respin. No, you still have your respin available if needed, and you have 2 repeats left. Ready for your 4-point spin?
Let's do it.
All right, your spin is in, and it's going to be Rio Bravo. Would you like to spin again or take it?
Spin that thing.
All right. Respin is in, and you're going to be stuck on Rio Bravo again.
Well, it was fun.
Faith, brother, faith.
All right. Amaro, go ahead and take Rio Bravo.
Right. Real quick, just to make sure, Andrew, give him the first, give him the second.
It's the second one.
It's the second one. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, Nazario, your 4-pointer in Rio Bravo. What is in the package that Champ brings to Carlos? Five, 3, 2,
Repeat.
your second repeat. Rio Bravo. What is in the package that Champ brings to Carlos? On the 5, 3.
Okay. Let's go with money.
And your
winner,
Sandy,
the Sandman.
Sandman Robinson. We tried to do it together.
We did. It was getting there.
Hey, yeah, Sandy pulls out the win on that one. Round 3, it's a make or break. You either see the movies or you don't. If you don't see them, it's a shot in the dark.
The answer to that
Sandy-
question, before we go to that, is red underwear.
Yes.
Red underwear.
Red underwear or red pants would have been acceptable as well. But yeah, Sandy moves on, and let's go ahead and go into the post-match interviews. And we'll go into that right now with Nazario. All right, Nazario, tough turnout tonight, man. I mean, it happens to the best of us. How are you feeling after the performance?
I feel okay. Round 1, I left 2 points on the table. English is not my first language. I knew Deliverance, but I couldn't remember the name in English. I just remember the name in Spanish. So I was like, I'm not gonna burn a repeat on that. And then blanking on Josh Brolin was like a yikes. That one, yeah, that was embarrassing. I knew it immediately, but honestly, just couldn't pull the name. Round 2, well, he got his strength, which is great for him. Why didn't he stick with Muppet movies? That would have been fun. But then those family films, oof, yeah, not so great.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've all been there. I've been there. Sometimes names just don't come to you until the last second. Then as soon as you get told the answer, you're like, I knew that, and it just happens, man. I mean, like Nazario, you're one of the most entertaining guys here. You always put on a fun performance. Sorry, there was no Ghostbuster question for you today.
Yeah. No Back to the Future either.
Yeah, there's none. You know, it seems like someone that was writing the questions really didn't like 80s fun films. But that's the way the questions go here in the tournament. Going out of this tournament, once we start hitting regular season, is there anyone in singles that you are looking to maybe go up against?
Well, since now I'm 2-4, I think I've earned some of them gimmies. I don't know who's like 0-5 or like 1-6. Give me one of those. I don't care. I'll take him on.
All right, so the matchmaker
All right.
Nazario wants a cupcake. So feel free to feed him all the cupcakes he wants because he's hungry. Amaro, do you have anything for Nazario?
You were able to pull out that 4-pointer to make it interesting. So definitely not anything to hold your head down with. Those questions were really tough. So definitely something to hold your head up going into your next cupcake match.
Probably would have helped if I had actually seen Rio Bravo.
Yeah, probably. But a great match nonetheless, sir. Definitely very entertaining, and can't wait to see you again. With ever strawberry or chocolate or vanilla cupcake you might have coming your way.
I'll be back in teams. That you can be sure of.
Obviously, Blockbuster Video will be in the team's tournament. You guys, just like Jurassic Sharks, are a #1 seed in the buy, so we definitely will not be too long without you. So we'll definitely see you there. Anything last words you want to say, Nazario, before we let you go?
Just good luck to the Sandman on the next round. It's gonna be a fun one.
I definitely will. Thank you, Nazario. Thanks for playing. And let's go ahead and bring in today's winner, the Sandman, Sandy Robinson. Sandy, how's this feeling? How you feeling?
You know, it's always good to get that first match out of the way because you're super nervous going into a tournament where it's one and done. And I was definitely nervous today. I didn't get a lot of time to and I didn't get a lot of time to study the round 3 movies, and Rio Bravo was one that I was worried about. And I'd have never got that question. I would have answered really quickly as a gold bar or bullion or something. That was underwear, really? No, I have no clue. So I give it up to Nazario. I mean, yeah, it sucks. Round 2, really did him in on that one. Me spinning away from his strength and luckily landing on mine was what really turned the match around. And I only had to answer the one question to take the lead in my 2-pointer, and it was a movie that I just watched, so I knew exactly who it was. It's nice. I'm looking forward to going into the next round, sort of, especially with what happened in Corey's match. I'm not all that happy, but it's another chance for Alex McFarland to give me the gears, for her client. So I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, no comment on that part of it. But Amaru, do you have anything you would like to say to Sandy?
Man, that round 2 definitely pulled you out of there. And Nazario gave you a little bit to worry about, making you answer that round 3 question. But you've already said it. How any other words for Corey or Alex going into that match, seeing what he did to Ethan in that first matchup? That match would have been a big different story if Ethan would have gotten a round 2 category that he was relatively familiar with. So there is that. I've been pretty and knocking on any wood that I can find. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me. I've been pretty lucky with the wheel, especially in respins. The last couple of matches I've been in, I've actually spun my strength on a respin, so I'm pretty happy about that. But you know what? It's going to be a good match. Corey, is a good player. He's hungry. He wants to prove himself. But you know what? The old dogs, they're not ready to lie down yet. So I'm going to give him as much as I can, and hopefully I come out ahead.
Yeah, and especially with this match, Sandy. I mean, you've been prominently teams for a long time now with Jeremy, and now with Jeremy gone, you really had something to prove here coming into this singles match, and you did exactly that. You came out swinging, and anyone who had any doubts about you, you came out and you proved it by getting on to the next round. Now, you just got to go on to the next one, and maybe you're going to Hollywood, and maybe you're bringing Hollywood down. We'll see what happens in the second round. But yeah, Sandy, any last things before we let you go?
No, but thank you to you guys. Thank you guys for stepping in and hosting today. You guys did a great job. Great chemistry between you guys. So thanks for that. And thanks to Andrew and the rest of the writing staff. I really appreciate all the work they do. It is a tournament, so I expect there to be harder questions in this than just regular season questions. So that's it. Thanks to everybody who's watching.
All right, thank you, Sandman, and congratulations on the win.
Congrats, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, Amaru, final thoughts on the match.
This one was a fun one. I enjoyed it a lot. I was secretly crossing my fingers that Sandman would have to answer a round 3 question to make it a little bit more interesting, because it was going back and forth. Nazario had it in that first round, but that respin for him, that respin for Sandy, really brought him through. So really great first round match.
Yeah, I think everyone that watches always wants it to go down to the last question, which I think Sandy is breathing a huge sigh of relief that he didn't have to do that, because everyone wants to win without having to answer the final questions, especially those deep cut 4-pointers. But yeah, to everyone watching Full Metal, this was Amaru and I's first time kind of doing this, so hopefully you guys didn't hate us, and hopefully we'll be back again. So coming up next, we got more tournament action. But right now, we definitely know that Sandy, the Sandman Robinson, will be going against Hollywood Corey Quinto. And yeah, until next time, Amaru, go ahead and give you your goodbye signal.
All right.
And I'm Sean Wasserkrug, and we will see you next time here at Full Metal.
Peace.
Out.